back on the ferry, back in Project Cheapfinder. It's time for the Whipsaw Trail, boys. Stay tuned.
Good day on the trail so far. Everyone's rig's working really well.
There it is.
We're not here to take all the easy lines, you know?
That's a shiny rig to be out here in the woods with a bunch of idiots.
Now imagine living up here in the 1800s in this thing.
Oh, it's amazing what a locker will do. Axle wrap central. Good weekend on the Whipsaw Trail.
$900 with a Cheapfinder. It's working for me.
Yes, now she's going. I love the Whipsaw.
We're heading to the Whipsaw Trail outside of Princeton BC. We do the men's trip every year, and good old $1,200 Cheapfinder is gonna do some budget overlanding. So let's keep going, boys. We'll check back in when we get to the trailhead, do some airing down.
Started the Whipsaw Trail. 9 rigs in the group so far. Big group, got a little bit of everything. Got an old school Land Rover. Got ourselves a bunch of 4Runners. We got Walker in his Jeep YJ on tons, Jeep XJ, and the old Cheapfinder. We're airing down, and we got 60 something kilometers of overlanding to do. A couple nights on the trail. So we're gonna get things going and head westbound.
Welcome to the Whipsaw Trail. If you guys watched last year, we do this trip every year. It's 60 kilometers up over the mountaintop, old 1800s trappers trail that runs through the interior of British Columbia. So actually here's some of these trapper cabins along the way. Looks like there's a good bunch of hunters out here doing some recreational harvesting. For you guys who are new around here, well, welcome to Project Cheapfinder. This is a 1993 Nissan Pathfinder that I bought for 800 bucks. That's right, I bought it for 600 bucks and done some real basic stuff just because this is all about getting out in the woods with the boys for as cheap as possible. You don't need to spend huge dollars to come out and do some overlanding. Some of the things I've done on this thing: we welded the rear, we built a scrap metal front bumper, we fixed the exhaust, clearly didn't. Also, we did the poor man's $40 Jeep ZJ lift coils in the back of this thing and crank at the front. I was running some 34-inch Super Swampers last year, but well, those beat the hell out of me on the highway. They're unbalanced. So this year I grabbed the tires off the Gold Finder because they are some 31-inch Toyos and threw them on instead. So we got a lot less smaller tires this year, but it'll be easier on the parts and definitely easier on the highway. Rock crawling now. Let's do this.
Traffic jam here or what? Am I being ignored?
Rock crawling, bro. The 3rd year in a row I've done this. 2nd year in the old Cheapfinder. Have I done anything since last year? If you guys watched last year's video, you'll see I broke the torsion anchor on Memorial Rock, snapped a shock, replaced the shock. I did nothing about the torsion anchor. So Rocco said he's not doing any blacksmithing this year. So that might mean I'm not going up Memorial Rock, but we'll see. It's not about how hard it is. It's about having the most amount of fun possible. We're just gonna bounce our way up the hill. 4 low. I aired down to 15 PSI. I could go lower, but I don't have a spare. So I don't want to blow any beads or anything like that. So we're just gonna 3-wheel drive it up here.
Well, first little rock obstacle on the Whipsaw. I'm sure this thing has a name. I have no idea. There you go. That was the line. Why did you let off? You let us all down. Nick's not ready to give up yet.
Really proud of you for just sticking with it.
Get some Aussie up ya.
Mud. Well, the Whipsaw Trail, it's a short season trail. It runs you pretty much no snow from July till the end of October. And well, what is it right now?
Let's go.
It's the end of October. So we're out here. It could snow any day, but we had this Pineapple Express, warm weather and about 2 inches of rain 3 days ago. So all the puddles are full. So we might actually end up with some mud. We'll see how this is all gonna go for us. But cool to do some end of the season wheeling on the Whipsaw. It's my buddy Walker. He's a guy with the Golden Eagle, that white buggy, and his overlanding rig is a 1-ton swap YJ. Rocco's going for the hard line. Attaboy. Nice, that was a way harder line, made it work. All right, well, here's Dick's cabin, but old trapper's cabin from the 1800s. Let's go check it out. So imagine living up here in the 1800s in this thing. So yeah, there's actually a wood stove in here and some benches. It's homey, you know. Brief stop at Dick's cabin there, and now we're back on the trail heading towards Memorial Rock, overlanding with the boys. Mint. The $900 Cheapfinder working excellent so far. I know I'm all over the place on prices. I bought it for $600, put a bunch of stuff into it. I had those tires I spent $400 for the super swappers, and I swapped them off at the start of this trip. So I'm actually running free Toyo open countries that came on Project Goldfinder. So well, an idiot car math means that I'm only at $900 rolling right now. So you don't have to spend big dollars like the fancy Tacoma in front of us to be out wheeling with the boys. As long as you spend your maple leafs smart and do a whole bunch of scabbing yourself, well, you can be out with the boys for cheap. Oh, last year it was all smoky when we were out here because it hadn't rained yet. But this year, well, we're gonna get to see some epic vistas here as we head up and over this mountain pass. But if you're thinking about running the Whipsaw or doing this kind of trip with your boys, all I gotta say is you should do it. Because, well, Friday in this case is for the boys. This is good times. So, gotta love getting out here, spending a couple days in the woods with your buddies doing some off-roading. Well, that's what this is all about, isn't it? Having fun on a budget, following this fancy Tacoma. I wonder if I make them nervous. My brakes are terrible. I bet that tailgate's worth more than this entire vehicle. Oh, mud puddles. Nobody likes mud puddles. There's a little bit of rock crawling to be done around here. It's not hard. We're on 31s, but you still, if you don't know what you're doing, maybe it's gonna take you a little bit of time. But it adds a little bit of fun. So get your boys together, do the Whipsaw Trail. You will not regret it. This is good times in the woods with the boys. Slippery rocks ain't no thing for the old Toyo open countries. So far, they've worked great. The rears are probably like 80%, the fronts are probably like 30%. So steering, we don't need to worry about steering. Now we gotta work our way through here. $40,000 Tacoma, struggling. Cheapfinder, making it happen. Walker, and rite of passage, every time you whipsaw, you gotta take a trip up Black Rock. Well, that was terrifying. Don't do that. Your Walmart tires don't want to grip. They're not sticky tires. Oh no, don't give up there. Oh, that's scary now. Axle wrap central, he's there. Rocker knows what's up. Oh no. Nice. It's really slippery, by the way. Well done. So this is something like a 1968 Land Rover Defender. And well, they're probably getting beat to hell out here. But cool rig to take on this trail. Oh, open diffs though. It's a little bit more work. There it is. Open, open. Woo! You're real close. You probably can't back out of her now. Like, everyone's right there.
Always get Brian to come back down and hook onto me here and just give me a yank.
Ooh. Damn. The peanut gallery at the top. Tell them how to do it. Wow. Damn. This is way more interesting.
I'm not going to be able to do it, folks. I can't do it. Giving it all I've got. I have never got up this, ever.
The other 400 did it. How's your best? You've traveled the furthest distance across.
I chickened out on Black Rock, but after watching how hard some of those guys hit it and how they were denied, I'm actually pretty happy with my decision. Because last year I did the rest of this drive with no suspension at all in the front, which was absolutely no fun. So this year we're gonna go for suspension intact, make it down to Wells Lake. So while you can do this whole trail with open diffs, it definitely helps to have a locker in the rear, because it just really helps push you up over the rocks. And when it's slippery like this, sometimes you need that push. I don't want to go down there, because who knows how deep that mud puddle is. Mystery mud puddle. More rocks along the way. We'll head up this way. We're not here to take all the easy lines, you know. So sorry for the camera-ing from the inside here. It's not really worth getting out and filming all these things, so we get what we get. It's a long trail though, so we can't be getting out every 100 feet to film rock crawling. Thanks for Walker and Kyle coming up. They've they've hosted me a few times down in Washington State now. So stoked to have those boys north of the border, over in Kadanistan, and coming up doing some rock crawling with us, some overlanding with us. So awesome to have them come join us for the weekend. Those Gladiators, those 40-inch Walmart Gladiator tires are, well, they're the opposite of stickies. They're hardies, because they were not gripping the rocks at all back there, but making them work. Oh, Jamie's going for the pass here. My man, nice moves. There's lots of little alternate lines here as it weaves through the woods. So lots of options. If you're a little bit underbuilt, you can usually avoid almost all the hard stuff. I think now we just start dropping big time down to Wells Lake in the campsite. And remember, as we bounce through all of this, last year I did this on the bump stop with a broken rig. Today the $900 with a Cheapfinder is working mint. It's some weird clatter sound, but you don't need to worry about a clatter sound. We left the pavement 40 kilometers ago. Oh, now we're doing some Jeep and we got the passenger out, so it's got to be good. Woo! Lifting some tire. Attaboy. You better believe we're gonna go down there. Like, I could go around, but where's the fun in that? Well, that was a cool section. That was pretty flexy. 42 kilometers into the trail, and we're at Wells Lake. We're not camping here. Oh, these guys are collecting some firewood. We're gonna head over there, which I know you guys can't see, over to the lean-to, set up camp for the night.
Everyone's setting up their camp, a little rooftop tent action. I'm jealous of everybody who has furnaces. All of these guys have the diesel Amazon furnace. Keep them warm tonight. Gonna get a fire going and collect some more firewood, have some dinner, and a bunch more trail sodas, because first day on the trail, the Whipsaw worked out mint so far. Good times. Cheapfinder is working great. Starting the deep fryer up, got the barbecue going, got the fire going, cutting some more firewood. First night on the Whipsaw Trail, success. Day 2, Wells Lake. We had a good night last night. There were some visions. There was some Gentleman Jack. There was some deep fryer oil fires, and a whole bunch of shenanigans. So we're moving slow this morning. Time to make up some coffee, get some breakfast going. But before I do that, let me give you a quick little show of why I quite like Project Cheapfinder for these sort of trips. See, when you take the back seat out of a Nissan Pathfinder, you can fit a double mattress inside of it. So this is a full double mattress. This is the mattress I slept in when I was 14 years old, and I still on it. Slide that bad boy in there, put some sheets on it, and it's awfully comfy. Also, some of you longtime followers would recognize this bad boy. A couple years ago, I ran this cooler over.
Well, I guess that's the end of my lunch and my cooler and everything.
Stupid guy. And since I'm such a fancy guy, do you think I went out and bought a new fancy Yeti cooler or anything like that? No. All I did was fix the handle with a piece of rope, and now the lid doesn't hold on anymore. It's fine. You can crush your cooler and still use it. Around here, I didn't do anything all that fancy. Mint.
Finished up our breakfast. We're heading out of camp, up the hill. Somehow, I ended up in the front, which is terrible. I don't know where I'm going, but I think I'm going the right way. It's just uphill, uphill, uphill. Ptarmigan. Or grouse. Ooh. What are you idiots doing? There's 10 rigs in the group now. Perm showed up in the dark by himself because he was 3 hours behind. So props to him. Running the first half of the Whipsaw Trail solo in the pitch black.
There it is. Okay, well I came back down here because the Land Rover has to make it up through here, and it's got open diffs, so it's gonna be a bit of a struggle. It's always nice when you come up the trail and everyone's standing around watching. Nice. Oh.
That's where my control arm got on there.
Nice. There you go. Now keep on the momentum. Yeah, drag it over there. Well done. That's a shiny rig to be out here in the woods with a bunch of idiots.
I love it. Not sure what's going on there.
Like any dent that he puts in that thing is going to cost more than the Cheapfinder.
Oh yeah.
No problem.
That sucked.
Don't go too far. You might be doing some winching here. This is why we all came back down here, because this thing, 1968 Land Rover, has open diffs front and rear. So he's gonna have to work at this a bit. Let's go that way. Yes, now she's going. You're making me nervous. We should have welded your rear last night.
Thinking so.
Brian's gonna tow him. Open diff life here. Oh, he's making it happen. Oh, he barely even needed the strap. He just needed to be a little bit more of a man right there. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh. Dieseling.
There you go.
Oh, it's amazing what a locker will do.
What a difference.
It's weird how that works.
While I'm driving up the hill, got to give a shout out, as always, to all the guys on my Patreon list, which in this case, we got Walker, Kyle, and Ryan. Cheers, you guys. Cheers, everybody else, for tuning in, watching. Because of everybody watching, all the guys on the Patreon list helping out, that I can get out and do these trips, film them. So all these videos are because of you. It's for you guys. I'm just having fun bringing you guys wheeling content every Saturday morning. So I missed a couple weeks, I definitely know that. I got to get home, do a bit of work on the pathmaker, because of course last trip out was the first trip for Team Island Spec with the new sticky Trepadors. But we'll get back out with the boys real soon, because it's wheeling season. It's October, it's wet, it's greasy, and that's what we're looking for when we're out in the woods. With the welded rear, it can be a lot easier. If you got open diffs in the front and the rear, and anytime your kind of tire gets in the air, it starts spinning and you lose a lot of momentum. But when you got the welded rear, at least, back tires just keep on spinning, front starts dancing everywhere, but lets you just push your way up. So if you're gonna do the whipsaw, you can do it open diff. The Land Rover is doing it open diff, but certainly a lot harder. Whereas with the welded rear, you just kind of put your front tires in the right direction and keep our momentum going. You just plow your way up through there. We all know how I like to drive. Kind of like I'm using a sledgehammer for a scalpel. Brute force and ignorance. We got to give huge props to Rocco because, well, today, Saturday, today, his wife is having her 40th birthday party at the house. But, well, Rocco knows where his priorities lie. So, Rocco said, sorry, babe. Got to go on Whipsaw with the boys instead of going to your 40th birthday party. So a couple of the guys who couldn't make it out here are going to Rocco's house as stand-ins, but Rocco's priorities are on point. Wheeling with the boys. So big props to that man right there. Is this the summit, Rocco?
Yeah.
All right, well, we're up at the summit. I've been informed it's like 6,100 feet, not 6,800 feet, but a little poser shot. And then we're gonna keep going down to Lodestone Lake. We got another 10, 15K to go, and another hour, 2 hours. But good day on the trail so far. Everyone's rig's working really well. So this year we've got Land Rover, Jeep XJ, Toyota Tacoma, 4Runner, Landcruiser, 4Runner, Cheapfinder, Jeep YJ, Tacoma. Always the one weird bastard child in the Nissan.
This is the one kind of river crossing that we have to do. It might be awfully deep.
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's the last. I think you go down to the bridge and then you have to go right.
We came up to the lookout. We're just 5K away from camp. Top of the world. Good weekend on the Whipsaw Trail. Then we're gonna head back down to camp, make ourselves some dinner.
What was her name? Something Zed or something like that. Yeah. There's a picture there.
We came in here, wandered around through here. Wells Lake last night, up over the pass. Now we're at Lodestone. And then the true Whipsaw loops around, comes out Colmont. But we actually bail out and we end up coming all the way over here, back out on the number 5, heading southbound. Aussie Nick broke his back window on that obstacle back there called High Five. So that's always good to see that somebody screwed up that badly that they lost a window.
Like all of it, just some of it.
What are you doing in there, you Aussie?
Just looking through my hole.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you're sleeping in a tent, because that wouldn't be as much fun.
Well, you ran out of talent right about here. It does suck. I don't even know how you did that. Oh, you got her all the way along. It's scraped from here all the way. I love the Whipsaw. So typically, if you watched the video last year, we camped on that side of the lake over there. But with 10 rigs, there's not very much flat land over there. So I think we're gonna stay on this side this year. Working on some hash browns. Got myself a cup of coffee. Gonna make some eggs in a minute. Good day on the trail. We're gonna get ourselves packed up today and head the last little section of this trail, burn it down to the highway. Call this another successful Whipsaw trip. Let's finish some coffee, finish some breakfast.
We're on our way out of here, out of Lodestone Lake. We had breakfast this morning, and now we're heading downwards. Apparently it's a different route that we've never done before. Rocco did it last night in the dark, so we're gonna go check it out. Woo-hoo-hoo, that's steep. Beautiful day, second morning on the Whipsaw, and we've got, I don't know, I think another 50K to go. Bit of trail here, and then it's a whole bunch of logging road, but so far, $900 Cheapfinder, working absolutely mint. So it's been a fun trip. Another good one with the boys. Rocco tells us this is actually pretty sketchy, so there was some debate this morning whether this was a good idea or not. But you know us, we've never been known to be the brightest. We're not here to take the easy lines. Says the guy with an open front end on 31-inch tires. A little bit of West Coast pinstriping going on. Apparently this route cuts off a whole bunch of loop-de-loop that we gotta usually go out through there. So this is a shortcut down the mountain. This is cool though, this is super steep. This is rad. This is way better than driving on a logging road.
Rock sliders are for.
Oh, I love 4x4ing. This is good times. Now we got some logging roads. Get us back to the highway. Be home for dinner, hopefully.
Well, we're back down the mountain. We're airing up our tires because we were all running from 8 to 15 PSI all weekend. So we'll blap a little bit of air in the tires, hop on the highway. And I got 2.5 hours drive to get to the ferry, and then we'll get on home. So I'm gonna shut the video off here, barring any problems. Who knows, like I said, I got 200 and something kilometers to go. So fingers crossed, you guys don't see me again in this video. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for following along. Thanks to all these guys for being a bunch of beauties. A lot of fun on the Whipsaw this year. Can't wait till next year. Stay tuned next Saturday for more wheeling. Cheers.